Hi there, in this video I'm just going to put together this magical box. Now it's 4 boxes that all sit inside each other, and this is a digital download from the Crafty Witches. Now for mine, I'm actually going to do mine the opposite way round to what you see on here. As you can see, the inside here has all the plain paper showing. I'm going to do mine the opposite way round, so my decorated parts will be on the inside. But again, it's just a choice really, how you would like the the look to be. So first of all, you have to print and cut everything out. So this is going to be for the larger box. Now I have my 4 sides, the lid, and then this here is to make up 4 pockets, as you can see there. And then also I've got my tags here already ready and ribboned up. And then you need to print out this part here, which is for the base of the card. So just pop these off to one side, and you're going to need a score machine too. So just bring this in. So I have scored and made up some of the items already, but I've left one of each just to go through it with you. So as you can see on, well, you might be able to see on here actually, but there are score lines on each part where it needs to be folded. So just going to match that up. And I'm just going to fold this one out of the way, just so I can do this diagonal line there. So you do that to each of them. Now if you want to do your card like I'm doing, to have the decoration on the inside, then you need to make these here valley folds, and between the 2 cuts there, that becomes a mounting fold, and then another valley fold. So you have a valley fold around the square part and the end tabs, and then a mounting fold for the decorated part there. So you need to do that for all of them, and then just pop that up there, and then add some double-sided tape to the 2 tabs. Now while my scoreboard's out, I may as well score all the rest of the parts. So like I said, next one here, you have 3 score lines on this one. This is for the pocket. Now with this you can actually print on both sides if you want. So this is what comes out for your shape of the pocket, and they have a backing paper that you then can print on to this. I just decided to leave mine white. So fold all those down. So as you can see, you have a tab there, so you need some double-sided tape on there. there are 4 of these in total. So you just fold that side inwards, that doesn't have the tab on, and then fold the tab side over, and then the tab actually folds back on itself to the underneath, and then just go over and just burnish that down. So like I said, there actually are 4 of these all hiding, and they will be stuck on to the card. So this part here, this is where they sit onto. Now you can either do it now or do it when you've made up the first, the first part of the box. Decisions, eh? I think we're going to attach them now. So I'm just going to bring in some double-sided tape. Sorry. I was going to leave until I made the box up, but then I've just thought I might struggle getting them in place. Get my tape off the backing off. There you go. Now, like I said, they just sit in the centre there. Just bring in the other ones and do those. Okay, so that's them in place. So I'm just going to pop those out the way and then just score the lid here. Again, you do have the score lines to show you where you need to be. Oops. Okay, let's go and put that away for now. You just need to fold all the scores, all the score lines of the box, and then just add some double-sided tape to the tabs, or you can use wet glue if that's what you prefer. And you're just going to attach those to the side there. Okay, and that's the lid. Let's put that to one side. So you're going to need the 4 sides and the base. Now you need to decide how you're going to manage to put this together, what's best for yourself basically. So you can either add each piece in like so. So you can do the base first, the base tabs first, just pop those on, and then you can then of course attach them together. Or I was wondering if it would be easier attaching the whole box together first. So it might not be, but that's what I'm going to give it a go. Okay. Oops, sorry. And then the last piece. Okay. So fingers crossed, eh? Let's just see. Yep, that should all nicely fit in there. Okay, so try and get this leveled up. I'm also trying not to stick myself to the paper too. Okay, so that's actually in place, and then just fold it all in together. So it was easier doing it that way. Let's just pop the lid in. This is where you actually could do another pair of hands. There you go. So that's the first box, which went together quite easily. So like I said, there's the tags here will just sit nicely into the pockets there, or maybe you can put like little treats or something in, depending what you're going to use the box for and who you're going to give it to. Now, because I've done it this way around, so when you open it you see all the decoration on the inside. On the outside of this box, because it's going to be seen, you can see where my tab has actually been attached. So what I've done is reprinted out the squares here and just a square. So I used Adobe, and what I did is also use the snapshot tool and just highlighted this part on the design sheet and just solely printed this out. Now the snapshot tool on Adobe is actually, well, you go to the top of your Adobe, you'll see 3 lines. So you click on the 3 lines, and then down, just bear with me, just have a look, then that brings up a new tab, and then you move your mouse down to undo, redo and more. You click on that, which then brings up another new tab, and you'll see just halfway down there it says take a snapshot. So you click on that and highlight the part that is, you know, the only part that you want to be printing out. So this is what I've done here, and I'm going to attach those just to the side, and as you can see that hides my tab there. I'll just turn this over and do that now. Yep. And why would my glue want to work? It wouldn't be a proper video if the glue actually worked and behaved itself. Make sure that's where you want it, and then the next one. Just a little bit too much glue there. Okay, and then because again you can see the tabs on there, I've cut a piece of a plain white card. If you want it matching, you can print the card on the backing sheet and then use that, or maybe print another one of these out. but I'm just going to attach that onto there and just leave that white. Just make sure that's in the right place. Yep. Just move that there a bit. Okay, just turn that back over. Don't need to worry about this part because that's where the next box will go. I'm just going to fold all this up. And that nicely decorates the box there. Also with these layers you get some flowers and a bow to make. Now I have actually made the bow already because I needed the glue to dry basically. So here's one I started to cut out. So this is how your bow comes. It comes in 3 parts, and then all you need to do is add glue to the tip. So I actually just ran it through on just to bend it around a little bit on my scorer there, and then I just added small amounts of glue to the tip and then just meet each one into the center. So this is why I've already made my bow up, because like I said, you have to hold it down for a little while just so the glue actually takes. And my bow, I'm just going to attach it to the lid there. Oops. So we'll pop that base out to one side to let that dry, and so just pressing that down just to see if it takes. Okay, so that's the first box all put together. So the next part will be the second box. So this is going to be box 2. Again, I've got all my pieces all cut out. I've got majority of them all folded and scored, and so I'm just going to put these pieces together. So that's the base for the inside. Exactly the same as the first box. You need 4 pieces of this. This is your sides. These are the little pockets, and you need 4 of those, and then of course the lid. So just going to score these. Again, like the first one, you have the score lines actually on the printed sheets, so you just need to line this up and just score. I'm just going to fold the tab over just so I can get to this score line here. Oops, I've actually not cut that piece off. So if you remember, the 2 bottom tabs are valley folds, the side of the square is also a valley fold, and then the side bit there is a mounting fold. I'm just going to score everything first. So this is the pocket. Just need to line that up with the score lines, and then just go across the top of them. Now with these pockets there are some little, like, I guess notelets that go inside them. Oops. So you can put little messages. This is my favourite memory. So that sits there in the centre of the pocket. Again, I've left this side of the pocket white. You can of course use the pattern paper that comes with it and print both sides. So this, you actually just fold them over like that, and then this one, sorry, fingers and thumbs, just sits into there like that, and that seals the pocket up. I mean, if you wanted to and you didn't like how you do that, you could add a small amount of double-sided tape onto the bottom and fold that up, and then just leave that just as a little envelope. So that's the pocket, and like I said, there's 4 of those, and this is the lid. So just need to line this up. And if you struggle seeing the score lines, just where the tabs go inwards, just line those up there, and then you'll get the correct place. Okay, so just pop that out of the way. Now add some double-sided tape here. I love how the top of red liner tape just sticks to everything. You find it in all sorts of places all over the house. Right, just going to fold these tabs down and make my box lid. And it's still stuck to me. Okay, so that's box lid, and the base, I'll just put that over there. Now I need to add double-sided tape to the actual box size. Oops, sorry about that. That's just it. Just a little bit over there. Okay, so like I did before, I'm just going to attach each of these together. There always has to be one that doesn't behave. There you go. Okay, and then bring the base in. Just take these off. Okay. And then just line that up. Okay. And what's quite funny is that my pockets I actually attached before on my first box, before I just took all this together, and this time I haven't. So I'm just going to, either way it's quite easy to do, either before or after, because with this laying flat you can quite easily pop them in there. The writing is, there you go. I guess it could be a little bit of a waste covering this pattern paper up, but like I said, the only way to do that is to print on both sides of this. Yeah, because if I printed on both sides I would have had the holly for the inside, but with the inside being, with the card being closed all the time, I guess having the white doesn't really matter. It'll still look really nice. So I'm just going to add these again, make sure I get them the right way up, but at least if I don't, I can take the card out and change that over. I mean, I guess too, if you printed on both sides, you could alternate them. So one pocket could be like this, and then the other pocket would be this paper there. Not only that, in this collection there are actually 3 boxes that you can make up for Christmas. So you could actually alternate the boxes from the other collections and just basically make your own box up, your own design. So for example, this could be from this, the main box could be from this kit, and then the next box could be from the other kit. They still would perfectly go together, and it'd be, like I said, it would be your own design there of how you put in these together. Okay. Yeah. So pop that there and bring the lid. And that's box 2. Now I haven't printed out anything here for the outside because I guess you are going to see it when you open each section up, but not for long, and then it'll just spring out and you just see all the decoration in there. So that's the second box, and we're back to do the third. Okay, now we're going to make up box number 3. Again, exactly the same as the other ones. Your 4 sides, base and the lid, and this time there are pockets. And with the pockets here, you have little tags here that fit nicely inside the pocket, and you can put a message or even a little picture on there actually. So just going to score all these. So like before, you have your score lines and you just need to follow them. Now the 2 tabs down the side there are all valley folds, and then the centre, well, the middle part there is a mountain fold. So I'll just pop that to one side. I'll just do the scoring of the lid. Okay, and then I'll add all the double-sided tape in a moment. And just now going to do the pocket. And this time the pockets have actually been printed on either side, so what I've decided to do is do alternate pockets. So one will be with the checkered pattern and one will be plain. Now you can do this with the other pockets and that you had. I'll just put this away. On the other set, I just decided to leave those ones white. And these pockets are actually on the same sheet as the side bits, so that's really why they've been double printed. So I'm just going to add some double-sided tape. So there's two that way, so that's the way they go onto the card, and onto these bits here, and then two that way. Just pop those there and just add in tape to the sides. And then just to the tabs on the lid. I'm just going to put my lid together first. Okay, so that's the lid and the base, and I'm just going to bring in the side of the box and put that together like I just did the other one, well, the other two. I fold the sides down here because then it's easier to hold and to get this in the correct place. There we go. and stick the base on next. Okay, and just get that lined up. Yep. And then pockets come in. Just take the tape from them. Sorry about the printer. I think you'll find it has to get into all of my videos. So I'm just going to attach the pocket to these sides. Like I said, we have these little tabs here just to fit in. Oops. And then the last pocket. Okay, so fold that all up together. Box is coming up. That wasn't very good of the double-sided tape. Let's try again. Okay, and then that's the third box. So I shall be back with the fourth box. And this is the fourth box. So this is the easiest one of them all, as you just have two pieces. So this is the box and this is the lid. So I'm just going to score all the score lines. And just score the lid too. Just move that one. And then I'm just going to pop this out of the way. So I'm just going to double side tape all the tabs. Just fold in all my score lines. And then take off the double-sided tape and make sure of the last box. And then the lid. Just need to put some double-sided tape on there. Just going to use my thinner one here. Make sure the tabs all fold down nicely. Just go a little bit over there, so just trim that off. Remove all the red line of tape that's decided it wants to stick to everything. And there's a centre box. I'm just going to bring in, oops, all the boxes. And then the main one, which I just need to pop the lid on. All the red liner tape. So there's the 4 boxes. And now we just need to put them inside each other and pop them together. Okay, so just pop those off to one side and we're going to put the boxes together. So this is why this isn't printed on, because this box will be attached into there. Now you can glue them in, or if you wanted to leave them loose you could leave them loose, and then you could put a picture or just some of the patterned, recut one of the squares out and add that into the centre there, but I'm going to attach mine to the bottom. And I'm also going to add some glue here just to give it a bit more of a grip. Now you can add the double-sided tape and glue to this bottom. I've just popped it in there. So just now going to try and get that in the centre as best I can. That's it. So I'm going to take the lid off and press that down. Put the lid out of the way. And then I'm going to bring in my third box. Okay, and just try and get that in the centre as you can. Okay, so that's the third box in place. And then time for the fourth and final box. Just put that into the centre. Yep. And press that down. Not quite where I want it. It's quite hard to see when you have a camera above you too. There you go. So you can put little treats in there. You can actually decorate this in all sorts of ways. I mean, if you don't have to put the pockets on each of these squares here, you can leave them and add pictures. So it's up to you what your purpose you're using this for, and whether you want to make it into like a memory box and that. But there's, you know, like I said, there's lots of variations on how you can decorate this yourself. So let's pop this on. So that's one box, just to show you how it all goes together. I mean, you also have flowers in this collection too. You can add that to the tops of the boxes, because if you can see there, you do have a slight gap there between the next box. I mean, saying that, you could even add your own photograph and pictures to the box lids too. You definitely need more hands though. There we go. And then the final box. So let's just open it one more time. So this is your main box and the bow on there too. Like I said, it comes with flowers that you can attach on here. You can add pictures to the sides too. Like I said, it just all depends on how you want to decorate it. So if you take one lid off, and you have pockets with little tags in that you can write messages on the back of. The next lid, these open up and you have little messages in there. I knew I'd get one upside down. Fold it properly. Nope, didn't fold it properly. That one, I'm going to fold it the wrong way around now. So let's do this right. There you go. Nope, missed that one. Okay, so there's that, and then the next lid, and you have little tags in there. You can always pop a hole in there and add some ribbon onto there so they're easier to pull out. And then the main box with just for you, and you can put a nice little gift in there. Like I said, in this collection there are 3 boxes, and you can make them up separately or you can alternate them, and they'll all go together because they're all for Christmas. And it makes a really nice gift. Save some wrapping paper and have some nice little jewellery in there, or some nice little chocolates. And just put it together one more time, just so you can have a laugh at me manhandling my box and trying to put it together. Yeah, I'm not sure how you can make this look elegant putting the box lids on, but if you do, send us a video and show us, and show us what mess I'm making of it and how you can do it better. And there's a completed box. Again, this is a Crafty Witches digital download, and why not go over and have a look and give yourself a go at making one. Okay, I'll see you again soon. Goodbye.